Okay, another acrostic time. Only goes to T. That's only 20 clues, right? That's a little short. We'll see what happens. Unconnected or out of whack. Could be a bunch of stuff. Beaten on the sides. Beaten on the sides. I don't get the pun there. Saver from a hostage. Takeover is a white knight. Connecticut's official state hero. Don't know if that's the sandwich or the person hero, but in either case, I don't know what it is. Vituperation, obloquy, vitriol. Excellent words all, but don't know the answer. Legumes once a staple of sailors. I don't know. Yams or something. Didn't eat yams. Fire feeder. Don't know. Bank deposits for a very rainy day. Don't know. Team that last won a World Series in 1979. We are family. It's the Pirates. Group leaning to the right. I don't know. Big Apple offerings. It could be a Mac. Mac Pros or something. Don't know. Setup for interactivity. Don't know. Green light. Hyphenated. Don't know. One with the feeling of being unneeded. Probably third wheel. Yeah, let's go with third wheel. Start over as a TV series. Probably, yeah, rebooted, sure. Honeysuckle or Virginia Creeper. Don't know. Like the words affright, quoth, and sooth. Are they biblical? No, that doesn't fit. Old plays and new stagings. Remounts? Could be remounts. Remounts and rebooted. Modern day eraser is probably some computer joke, but let's just go with these 4 words for now and see what happens. So that went fine. No obvious conflicts. I blank is good. P blank N. Sure. ITS, I guess. Fill that in. I don't know what that is. T blank. So that's TO, I guess. H blank. I guess he. Still don't know what that honeysuckle or Virginia Creeper is. And that I blank can be is. Probably is because just, starting a sentence probably is more likely to be is there. 8. Is that backspace? Is backspace 2 words? I don't know. But that would fit the S. So let's hold on to that thought. One thing is I thought this was going to be ing, but now it's got the H blank G, but I like third wheel and I like white knight, so is it, quahog or something? God knows what other word there is there. Couldn't really be quahog, sadly, because the Q would go at the end of that. So that's not it. This is probably starts with re. I mean, it might be remounts or revivals. Yeah, it could be revivals. Probably it's revivals actually, but it probably starts with re. If that's when, that's an H. Oh, that's probably go ahead. Okay, so let's go with go ahead there. And that had pen. I mean, that's, at least it's a word, which is better than it not being a word. There's a lot of letters could have gone there that wouldn't fit, so that's a positive sign for go ahead. There's not much going on here, so I'll go with revivals. This V goes here, which is something to have maybe, but certainly having a V, the 3rd letter in a 4-letter word, is pretty good, so we can fill in revivals. Pen is probably, so that also looks good. Again, V, got consonant vowel V, that's That's looking good. Maybe there's some arts, entertainment theme. We have revivals and rebooted in here. Again, SI, that looks good. Look at this. I'm thinking archaic looks pretty good. Again, we're not getting a lot of progress here, but got the A, I mean AR. I mean, I don't know what this word is, but I think that the A is pretty good and the rest goes pretty well, so let's fill that in. That worked well with the CH to the, that's probably the T, don't know what connects on official state heroes. And that E goes, again, could be anything. So if you look at this, this looks like considered, I mean, probably other words. If that's a D, that's a D there. That we think was could be a T, and then that's 115 is probably an E. That's probably the. So I'm going to go with delete key for modern day eraser. That sounds better in backspace anyway. And it's definitely 2 words. It's an interesting puzzle because I have 8 answers. I have no idea if anything's right. I mean, I'm really getting nothing from the grid back. I mean, I guess that does look like considered. But that really, I mean, we'll see what happens when I fill it in, but there's that silly Connecticut thing. I mean, that doesn't help much. Moving to the right, I mean, don't know what the joke is there. So that for interactivity, again, I'm really just not getting anything. I mean, that must be considered when we followed by a single letter A, not O. But then looking at this, I'm thinking this is probably ophthalmic. I mean, I don't know, pertain to the eye, but an ophthalmologist deals with eyes, so I guess it's ophthalmic, right? Yeah, O-P-H-T-H, yeah. Okay, so let's try that and see what happens. So that looked good. I mean, we're getting close. We have 9 answers, almost half the answer, so it's getting to a point where something doesn't conflict, it's almost certainly right, because there's just too many places. For something to conflict, so that's actually pretty good. Something to, I don't know, this forward, is that forward? Could that be wrong if that's forward? I mean, nothing's really locked in here, I guess. I mean, it does have that H, which is a problem. That I, its I is a little suspicious. Yeah, that R is a little iffy. More like it could be like a T or something. That D can be anything. The W, so something it became, because that probably ends in UGH. It's almost certainly a GHT. So I mean that, yeah, that H, I mean, that's not obviously wrong, but the E here could be right. That could be right. The L. Yeah, I'm not liking third, even though maybe the wheel part is right. Because particularly like this looks like it's something ing forward, and this could be like a wood vine, that could be networked, I think, probably, or net something, and that could be an I. I mean, it could be iPhones or whatever, something. So I think I'll get rid of third at least and see what happens. I guess I'll go with, I mean it's fifth wheel. No, it's fine. I think a third wheel. Could easily be fifth wheel. That puts the F there. That's an I, which I like better with ing. Yeah, okay. Yes, So fifth wheel, of course, I think of a bicycle, but it's more like a car. Yeah, there's a T, that's nice. The H, so they could go fifth wheel, and that's forward. And that's almost certainly became. Where is it? Because that's red state, but it's not because it doesn't fit. Unless it's red states. And that's probably ends in D as a past tense. Okay, and this is he, so it's had his tongue in his cheek, right? Yeah. Looks good. Okay, so we're finally getting something coming back from the grid back to the answers, which is good. So that's, I guess, Nathan Hale, an actual hero. It's not a joke. It's just a hero. That's probably invective. Could be gasoline. That's probably red states. That's probably network. That's probably woodvine. Okay, we can follow those in, and assuming they all fit, that should really get things moving pretty well. Okay, so that all went in just fine. I think I can read the whole thing. The only issue is it's not an issue really, but this must be believe. It's advocates believe, so that's woodbine. I've never heard of the word woodbine, but everything else fits, and that must be believed. Interestingly, we'd have one answer that I have 0 letters on. Let's see, something, I can't even read something. Oh, it's spring forward, because it's about daily savings time, by the way. That's the topical, this being the weekend of daily savings time, so it's, I don't remember the name, but it's spring forward, and I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. So it's actually for the puzzle's about to break. I can read it in a second, but I have a surprising number of clues I don't know anything about, but we'll just find them out, won't we? Okay, so the quote is, before it became law, daylight saving was considered a joke. Even its advocates believed that when Ben Franklin took pen in hand and wrote the first detailed proposal to save daylight, he had his tongue in his cheek. So we'll fill those in and see what all the other answers are. Okay, so everything is revealed now. Unconnected is disjointed. Beaten on the sides is outflanked. That's pretty good. Legumes, once a staple of sailors, is navy beans. Bank deposits for a very rainy day is sandbags. That's also pretty good. I think I had everything else right. So it is downing. Downing, spring forward. This was a slightly tricky one. There was only 20 answers, I said. There was, two official puns and a few other sort of iffy ones. But anyway, we are done.